Introducing Dzign Moments. Come join me as I have exclusive interviews with our awesome clients, highlighting their businesses and the incredible work we've done together. Hey Denise, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so grateful for you to take out time from your busy schedule. But as you know, this is a conversation just about your experience with us at Dzign Studio and a little bit about yourself, because we want to help our clients get exposure in the big, wide social media world. And I just feel it's a great way to sort of give back and thanking you for being a part of my journey and me being a part of your journey. So how are you going? Good?
Yeah, really good. Thank you, Michelle. And good to be here and to have a bit of a chat with you today about my work with you and I guess a little bit about what I do. So, yeah, things are going great. And thanks for inviting me along to have a chat.
You're very, very welcome. Thank you so much. I just, a few little questions I'll just go through. And one of those is, so what led you to work with me in the first place?
Well, I obviously, well, not obviously, for those that are listening, I have met you through a business group that I have been working alongside for quite a few years now. And not only that, just sort of monitored your skills on the side, listened to your insight and your input, and also visually watched you from afar. And getting back to my reach out to you, I come from a branding and marketing background, and have transitioned away from that into what I do now. So the marketing and the branding skills for myself are there, but for me, I was caught up in my own design, and therefore I became too picky about how and what, and not dismissing the fact that I had a very difficult logo as well that needed further manipulation well beyond my skills. So a combination of all that led me to you because I really wanted I wanted to freshen up my look. I wanted to probably step up my level of professionalism as I was displaying myself on social media. And I needed some manipulation of my logo. And I was attempting to do this in the nooks and crannies of my day. And being a bit of a perfectionist, which is my own worst enemy, I just wasn't getting anywhere fast. And I knew, having looked at what you've done for your clients, like I say, you never know who's watching. I did reach out and said to you, hey, look, I do branding. I have got marketing skills, but this is just a little bit too close to my heart, and I can't get it right. And I know I threw you a big curveball.
Yeah, you did.
And in terms of the logo alone, because it wasn't as manipulative as we would have liked it to have been, and I think
Mm.
that's also where I was struggling. And then me being the perfectionist would have probably been a bit of a challenge for you, and I apologize for that.
Oh, it's
But
okay. It's all good.
we got there in the end, and I was
We
really
did.
thrilled with what you produced. And even though, and I will give you 10 out of 10 for your patience with me because we sort of went down a track, and I was really thrilled with that. And then sat with it as I do, and then went back to you and said to you, "No, Michelle, this is not working for me." So we had to go back to the get go and give it another go um, until you tidied it up to what I was actually thinking, because I think the first time I was just so anxious to get it done, I just said, yep, 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 that's okay. And then I thought, no, hang on, there's a reason why I've reached out to you. And I apologized and said to you, let's go back. And you, with no complaints, said, yep, totally understand, get it. And we sort of wiped everything clean and we started again. And yeah, I've really got what I've wanted now, and I'm really wrapped. I feel proud of my presence now and how I'm presenting, and I'm really thrilled with the logo that you've made manipulative enough to have it on different backgrounds and so forth as well. So I couldn't be happier with what you did, even though I know we went down the long route, and I, reverted on what I initially said and so forth. So that's what led me to work with you.
Yeah, thank you. Like yeah, and it was a journey. It really was because And all clients are different, and I'm a very patient person. You are right, but I want it to be right for you
Yeah,
too. So, and it's my job as a designer to get it right. So
yeah,
I don't run the business in a way that, look, this is what you get. That, you know, we're not changing it. Oh, it's going to cost this. It's going to get more
sure,
charges. This is right. I
sure.
just don't operate that way, because
No,
I think that as a designer, it is a journey with your clients, and it absolutely was. That logo was a doozy because we
yeah,
wanted to keep it, but we
yeah,
needed to get it into the format that it could be utilised elsewhere,
exactly.
and things like that. Thanks for sharing that. It was fun. Look, every client I work with, it's always a fun journey because
Yeah,
everything's different. No two businesses are the same, and
no,
it's all fine. It
yeah,
absolutely is. It was great fun. So look, thank you so much for sharing your experience. I really appreciate it. But yeah, let's have a little bit of a chat about you now, Denise. You said you've been in marketing and that yourself, and absolutely you have got a great eye. You're very particular, and I love that about you. You're a very astute woman, businesswoman. You're very good at what you do, and I want you to just share a little bit about your journey and what you do, and you know what led you to start your current business.
okay. Wow. Where to start? We won't have enough time for today, but just in a nutshell, look, I've been in the marketing branding industry for well over 22 years, probably a bit more, but we'll leave it at that. And established a promotional marketing company from the ground up over 22 years ago, and that was operated. It was a face-to-face B2B business in New Zealand. And I did create enormous success within the industry. It is an industry that I was very passionate about. It was a male dominated industry. And I certainly came in and made my mark as a female in that industry, and really took people's logos and made a footprint, as I like to call that. I didn't go into the design side of people's logos, but I was more on the marketing field of awareness of the company, depending on their industry, depending where they were working, what they were doing, to bring a brand awareness to the clients. And for that, obviously, with more brand awareness, as you know, um, the more people see your brand and recognize your brand, the more they will become familiar with your company and your exposure. So that is the direction I was working under, and that came with the marketing, and it came then with branding and promotional products. So successfully really ran that company for well over 22 years. That company is still running. I have relocated to Australia since. Logistically, I am still operating the business, but just from Australia, but it is still trading in New Zealand. I have toned it down because I'm only looking after my big corporates now instead of everyone, and just because I really wanted to step away from that. It was very time consuming, paper driven, and very reliant on a lot of other people to get one particular job done. And I really wanted to move away from that and looked for a work life balance situation more so than that. Even though it was my business, it
Demand.
was a job. It really
Yeah.
was a job that dictated to me how and when I could work. And I really wanted to step away from that. So I did go searching. I did go and look for an alternative. 6.5 years ago, I did find an alternative, and I have been actively pursuing that since. And I now work online, and I do work remote, either from home, as you see me today, or from wherever I am. And I'm in the personal development industry, something I was always very passionate about for years prior. Um, so it wasn't something new, but it certainly was new when I got and started to dig in a bit deeper, and started to really take personal development to the next level. And it has taught me a lot about myself. It has released a lot of blockages that I had carried for many a year that I didn't even know I had. And it all came about in a well-structured business that was already established, trialed and tested, training provided, because I've never worked online. I've always worked face to face. And the online world is a very different world to a face to face world.
Sure is. Yeah.
But the world is going that way, and you either keep up or you lose out, you
Get
know.
left
So
behind. Yeah.
I have successfully been running that business. the mentoring and the coaching is something that I absolutely love, guiding, teaching, and mentoring others to success. I love knowing that I'm part of their success. I don't do the work for you, I don't micromanage, but I'm certainly there to mentor and guide along the way, and to fill people with that encouragement and give them the encouragement that they can actually do it while they're still doubting themselves. I'm their cheerleader running in the background, and to see that that growth comes through to them, and then they see the result and they see they've done it, and all kudos to them, absolutely, because they've got to do the work.
Mm.
But I know I've been part and parcel of that journey to see them to success. And yeah, I've got a lot of team members that I work with that are creating real good, unbelievable results, and I know I'm part of that. So I'm loving what I'm doing. I'm loving the work-life balance, and working on my terms, not somebody else's anymore, and being able to work when it works for me.
Yeah,
So
no. Yeah, so
yeah,
you've answered a lot of my questions I was going to ask you, and because I was going to say, well, who do you help and how? You answered that one. I'm thinking, so what's something people might not know about your industry?
okay. All right. Well, look, personal development. I mean, I do talk to people, and I'll be really honest, I'll mention to them that I work in the personal development industry, and a hand on heart, I'll have some of them say to me, well, I don't know what personal development even is, and there's a lot of people out there that don't.
That's
A
true.
lot of them actually are doing personal development within themselves and don't even realize they're doing it. So it's a bit of that terminology breakdown in between. Um, so it's all about growth and mindset.
Yeah.
And I do solely believe what you think about, you will bring about. I've proved it to myself umpteen times over. And sometimes I'll think, well, is that really true? But absolutely, I've proved it 10 times fuller. And so it's all about working on that mindset. And once you work on the
100%.
mindset and you get that part of yourself right, it takes a lot of discipline. It takes a muscle that most people today have not exercised enough.
Mm.
Um, and therefore they can revert back to old ways, revert back to certain things, and then the old results come. So if you want to see results, you want to see change, you need to be the change, is how
That's it.
I work it.
That's it.
And it's sometimes easier said than done, and I've walked my journey, and I can speak it for my own self on a personal level. Sometimes easier said than done to make those changes and let that become the new way of life.
Mm.
But in my eye, if you're that determined and you really want to make the change, you will. If you
Yeah.
won't, it'll be a short-lived experience, and
That's it. And
it'll
I
go
think
back to you.
more and more people are learning that the mind is absolutely changeable. Like, we're educated as young people and with our parents or with what all they know.
Yeah.
And then as we mature and get older, what I've found is that, it's not necessarily the right way or the wrong way, what we've been taught, but there's better ways of
Yes.
learning and understanding your
Mm.
mind. And your mind is such a pliable machine. You can absolutely re-educate it. So personal
If you're really
development to
wise.
me is very, very high on the ladder for me, because I think
Mm.
you
Mm.
never stop learning, and it's absolutely, it is easier said than done, but it is also recognizing those traits that keep reoccurring, that
Yeah.
you can absolutely change. And
Mm. Mm.
you're right, you're absolutely
Yeah.
right, 100%. What you think about, you bring about.
Yeah.
So it's absolutely one of my big passions. So
Yes.
what's coming up for you? What's next? Where are you heading? Like, just one of the questions I have is, what's coming up next for you?
Well, there's a few things on the cards at the minute, in terms of my vision moving forward and how I want to progress from where I'm at to the next level. Um, my mentoring and my coaching is my passion, and I know it's something that I love to do, and I know I am creating results with that, with individuals. I don't just work I work with a male and female. I'm not just specific that I only work with women over a certain age or anything like that. I will work with anybody that is really wanting to take that next step in their life, whether it's on a personal level or on a professional level. So I'm looking at advancing that to that next level in terms of the mentoring and coaching side of things, and also to assist those on their business side in terms of growing their business. I do carry a wealth of knowledge, having run a very successful business myself, and a lot of people want to start businesses and they've got these great ideas, but
Yeah, they just
we're
don't know where to
not
start.
all made, no, they don't know where to start, and we're not all made with the same kind of thinking. They're more a hands-on, like the
Yeah,
tradies are more hands-on. And they're really good. I mean, don't give me a piece of wood and tell me to cut it and measure it to here, because it will not happen, right? It's just
that's
not my
right.
thing. But that's their thing, and they are very good at it, but they have no idea how to maintain and run a business so that it
No.
is running smoothly, systematically, put good systems, yet simple systems in place, that it can actually flow, so that it can actually get on with their day, make the money that they want to do, and run a simple business, because they'll make it too difficult because they don't have the know-how. So, I'm looking at assisting those on that level as well, in terms of them setting themselves up so that they are running smoothly, simply, not overcomplicated, and assisting them with that growth side of their business so that they can get that. Pretty much like my business runs like a well-oiled machine. It's about putting systems in place,
Yeah.
and
Systems run businesses, don't
yeah,
they? They
yeah,
absolutely do. Totally agree.
absolutely. So that's
So,
what I'm looking at, and that's what's on the cards. When exactly and how exactly, I haven't got to that part yet.
well, I'm sure the type of person that you are, Denise, you'll definitely come up with that process and idea very soon. And I look forward to hearing all
Mm,
about it. It'd be
thank you.
exciting. But so, where can people connect with you? We're going to actually we're going to put your links in with the when
Thank
we put
you.
this up, absolutely. But
Absolutely.
they can just reach out via the links we put in there and have a
Absolutely.
chat with you. Yeah.
Absolutely, yes. If you want to have a chat with me, I am very contactable with the links that you say you're going to put out. Absolutely, my website's there. If you jump onto my site, there's a way you can fill in a form there to connect with me that way. I am on all the social media platforms, so absolutely can search me under name or Time for Change Global on Facebook, LinkedIn, Insta, and the likes. Or by all means, my contact telephone numbers are there as well. If you're not locally based in Australia, I do work on a global scale, so I'm not only working within Australia. I have a huge market. Canada is my best market that I do work in, to be honest, and I love the Canadians.
Yeah.
So I am contactable on a global level, from the US, UK, Canada, and so forth. And for those that don't want to incur international costs, yes, I have a free WhatsApp number that can reach me on that as well, or pop me a message and I'll reach out to you from my end, if that makes life any easier.
Fantastic. Well, if that is not giving you every single option under the sun to be able to connect with you, I'll go hey. But that is exactly right. We'll have all those links for you. Thank you so
Great.
much, Denise, for your time today. I
You're
really
welcome.
wish you all the very best, and thank you so much for working with Dzign Studio. I wish you all,
Absolutely.
thanks for your time. Take care.
Most welcome.
Bye
Thank
for
you.
now.
Bye, Michelle.
Bye. Introducing Dzign Moments. Come join me as I have exclusive interviews with our awesome clients, highlighting their businesses and the incredible work we've done together.